Today's video carries on from the idea that I was talking about in the previous video about creating our own market. Over the years I've given a lot of talks about writing, because a lot of people obviously love the idea of writing a book or sharing ideas. And one of the things I've heard so many times over the last decade or decade and a half is the idea that, what have I got to say that's any different? How do I find my uniqueness? What's different about me? How am I ever going to find a place in the world? And I can understand that. I felt like that very much myself when I started off. So one of the expressions that I came up with, because I thought about this a lot for myself, and I often asked for kind of wisdom or guidance to help me understand. And what came to me about 15 years ago was this idea of we are all individual expressions of universal ideas. And what I came to understand by this was that actually we're not talking about anything different. All of us are talking about very similar things. If we're sharing ideas, if we're wanting to share a voice, whatever it is we're doing, we're probably going to do something that a lot of other people are doing, probably thousands or millions of other people are doing. So I think one of the things we get caught up in is almost like we've got to be totally unique. We've got to do something that nobody else is doing. So my number one suggestion is give up that idea. You're not. You're going to be doing similar to what everyone else is doing. But what you can do is find your own unique and authentic way of expressing an idea that is universal. And the more you find your own individual and unique and authentic way of expressing that universal idea, the more you will create resonance with some people. And as I started embracing this idea when it came to me years ago, I began to relax a bit more, because I realized, I've read hundreds of books on, or dozens of books on, say for example, goal setting. And yet every once in a while somebody comes along with a book that takes a new perspective and expresses it in different ways. For example, I've taken the idea of callings and vocation and just put my contemporary and authentic spin on it and voice on it, and that's resonated with a lot of people. So let yourself off the hook. You don't have to be totally unique. You just have to be really authentic and have your take on those universal ideas and express your take as authentically as you can, and you will find people that resonate with your way of doing things.